The price of Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $23,418. As it sits at this moment in time, it actually looks like we're going to have a fairly bullish weekend. When it comes to the world of cryptocurrency, I'm not talking about breaking out on Sunday, but when I explain about where the CME gap sits in today's video, you're going to fully understand as to why I'm feeling quite bullish on the price of Bitcoin right now. So if you are interested in what's to come, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, a couple of altcoins like Dafi, XTP, and of course, analyzing the price of Ethereum and looking at my current open trades. Then please do slap a like on today's video. We're trying to get 1,000 likes on this video, so if you wouldn't mind, please do drop a like on it, and let's crack straight on. So again, actually, we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers as well, so if you wouldn't mind slapping a like and subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, $23,418 is the current price of Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart right now. You can see that we've got this control line currently sat in the middle here, pretty much bang on $23,450 is where the control line sits right now. And when zooming out on the price of Bitcoin at the moment, we're essentially bull penning outwards. And it looks to me like actually this weekend we're going to break to the upside of what is currently a bull pen outwards. You can see this formation forming on the chart right here. You can see the stock up, the sideways movement here. Essentially what we need to do now on Bitcoin's price is crack through this line right here at approximately $23,493. Now, let me explain why I'm feeling rather bullish on the price of Bitcoin, especially heading into Monday, because of where the CME gap is currently sitting. So if you look at the CME gap right now, what is currently going on with the CME gap? The CME gap sits at $23,545, above the level of which Bitcoin needs to break above in order to confirm that breakout. Essentially, Bitcoin's price has to go above this breakout level here. Again, if we look on the chart where this would be Sunday, if we go over to Monday on the chart, which would be approximately here, we know for a fact that if it's going to close that CME gap, we know that for a fact it's going to break through this level of resistance. And if it's going to break that level of resistance, it more than likely means a return back up to at least $24,000. Hence why I'm rather bullish on the price of Bitcoin right now, especially bullish on the altcoin market. I think next week the altcoin market is really going to start exploding. You're seeing massive inflows of cash into the cryptocurrency space right now, and a lot of that is heading directly towards the altcoin market, as I'm going to explain in just a second when it comes to the Bitcoin dominance right now. But looking at my current open trades first of all, before we go on to look at the Bitcoin dominance, if you look at first of all my account here, which has now got $211,000 in, we only started this with $7,000 at the start of January. So far we're up $204,000, which is pretty good. But overall combined profit on my trades right now is about $60,000. Not bad at all. If we look at those current open trades and what they look like, we've got a lot of different ones open right now. We've got a Bitcoin long, Algorand long, BNB long, Dent long. You can see that pretty much every single one of these is in profit. I think there's only one in a loss right now, and it's a loss at $46, and that's the trade that I've got open on RSR. I've got CHAINLINK long, Spell long, UNFI long, Zilliqa long, just a bunch of longs on a bunch of different altcoins. I've explained some of those trades in previous videos, but currently every single one of them bar one is sat in a profit right now, which I can't complain about. So why am I feeling like Monday is going to be a particularly good day? Sunday is going to be a warm-up day. Sunday is the day of which you make the trades based on what you expect is going to happen on Monday. So how can we prepare best for Monday? Well, I'm already prepared. I don't really need to do all that much. But when it comes to the price of Bitcoin, I wanted to show you what is going on with Bitcoin dominance. So if we go over here, we look at what's going on with Bitcoin dominance right now. It might take a couple of seconds for it to load. There we go. You can see Bitcoin dominance is dropping quite significantly on the hourly chart. And if we zoom out on the hourly chart when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, as I pointed out in a previous video, essentially we hit this level of resistance up here. And since we hit that level of resistance, it's dropped down fairly significantly. I want to switch over to the daily chart on Bitcoin dominance. I'll have to give it a second just to load because the Wi-Fi here is not fantastic. But at the same time, just while we're waiting for that to load, currently the price of Ethereum. What is Ethereum doing? Currently it's trading at approximately $1,675. I'm long on Ethereum since $1,640, and I'm also long on Ethereum since about $1,500, there or thereabouts. So I've got a couple of different long positions open right now, and there are a couple of different things that you need to understand about the price of Ethereum right now. The first one would be, I want to drop down onto something like the 15-minute chart to show you what we're doing. In terms of the 15-minute chart, where are we sat with regards to the VWAP? Well, I would kind of expect that at some point this weekend, we'd probably come down and retap the VWAP here around $1,640. However, I do want to caveat that with, look, we need to lose this level of support. If we don't lose that level of support, we're not coming down to retest the VWAP, and ultimately the VWAP will do this thing where it just basically closes up and then it touches the bottom of it anyway. If we are going to break out, we can expect a touch of the bottom of the VWAP in order to confirm that breakout essentially. And looking at the price of Ethereum right now, I'm feeling rather bullish on it. We are currently bull flagging outwards. Everything is looking pretty good in terms of a setup for Monday, and this is pretty much a textbook inverse head and shoulders pattern. For them to draw that on the chart for you to fully understand what it is, if you just Google inverse head and shoulders, you can see that you've got one shoulder there, the head there, and the final shoulder here. We've got a textbook inverse head and shoulders, and the level of which we need to confirm the breakout on Ethereum will be approximately this level right here at about $1,700, $1,690. Basically, we need to break out of this level of liquidity. As soon as we're out of that level of liquidity, if I'm to zoom out on the price of Ethereum, go to the 4-hour chart or something like that, and zoom fully out, nope, that's not going to be enough. We need to go over to the daily chart on Ethereum to get that full kind of picture of what's going on right now. Again, that might take a second to load, so we'll go back to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance on the daily chart right now, you can see that it's dropping to the downside, and I'm expecting this to continue dropping. If this continues dropping, that signals an altcoin season is afoot, because you can see that last time the altcoin season started, Bitcoin dominance dropped really hard. Since then, it's struggled to maintain, and I expect Bitcoin dominance is going to drop further, because ultimately, I believe there is more to cryptocurrency than just Bitcoin. I feel like a lot of people just think that cryptocurrency is just Bitcoin, but ultimately, as the next wave of adoption happens, a lot of that adoption is not going to be of just Bitcoin only. People will hold a little bit of Bitcoin, but then they'll probably hold 20 other different altcoins of which they use for various different purposes. Hence why Bitcoin loses dominance at the start of a bull market and during a bull market as well, and this is indicating that right now, which I'm very, very pleased about. Now, back to Ethereum. Looking at how Ethereum is trading on this chart, as I wanted to show you, you can see that we've got this level of resistance. We don't really have much of a level of resistance. We've got one key level of resistance here, about 1,800. We break $1,800. There is literally no resistance after that point. That's the next level of resistance, because currently we're trading in this kind of lesser range of volume right here. As soon as we break through that level right there, basically it's straight back up to the moon. And really, to be honest, it's not as far away as what people think. There are a lot of people right now that go, you know what, it's going to end fairly soon. I don't buy it. I actually think that the price of cryptocurrency is pretty on the up, and I think that sentiment has changed so significantly at this point that it's probably gone past the point. Yeah, we're probably going to get a dip. We are going to get a dip at some point, don't get me wrong, but it's probably gone past the point of us being in a bear market at this stage. Sentiment has changed too significantly. Jerome Powell has said too much at this point, basically by requesting that the US government increase the monetary supply cap, asking basically, can the Fed print more money? It's going to happen at some point soon. The markets are bullish, you can see that. They're warming up on the stock market as well. So in terms of other things to look at right now, Ethereum versus Bitcoin value has been down so bad for a long time, but you can see it's already starting to take lumps out of Bitcoin. And if you zoom out on Ethereum's Bitcoin value, there is a long way that it's got to go to the upside, and the key level of liquidity is up here. So basically, Ethereum's price needs to rise up around 10% in order to close that gap up to this next level of liquidity. So we can still expect a significant bump up in the value of Ethereum's Bitcoin value, essentially. Yeah, we can see they've got this control line here that we need to break above, and then you would expect a test of the top of the range at some point in time. When it comes to the DXY, I do want to point out that on Friday, the DXY closed here. I discussed this on my live stream, and I drew this very wonky arrow to the downside. I expect the DXY is going to crash on Monday. If the DXY crashes on Monday, you're going to see Bitcoin's price pumping so very hard. And one altcoin that I've gone particularly long on BYBIT on is Holochain. The reason why I've gone really long on Holochain, in fact, if we're actually to look at that trade right now, which is the Holochain trade, you can see it's this one right here. It's only $277 in a profit right now, but you can see that here it's an $83,000 long position on the price of Holochain. If we look at Holochain right now, again, if you are interested in trading Holochain, please do check out BYBIT. You'll find a link for that in today's video description, and you can trade it with either derivatives or you can trade it with just the normal asset itself. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you from doing anything, but if you are going to trade, please make sure you are using a VPN. And again, you'll find a link for that in today's video description. Important to stay safe online, especially in the days where we've got people hacking and stuff like that. Anyway, 4-hour chart for the price of Holochain right now. Inverse head and shoulders pattern. It attempted a breakout earlier today. It got stopped there, but essentially it's wiped out a bunch of liquidity in this range. So I'm expecting a breakout in the price of Holochain within the next couple of days or so. If we look at the overall daily chart, yeah, it's up a fair bit at the moment, but actually, is it? It's only up about 50% from the bottom. And if we zoom out fully on the price of Holochain to see where it's been in the past, this thing has been so much higher in price than where it currently is. And even that wasn't the peak. It's been much higher than that in price. To be honest, essentially what we're doing right now is we just need to break out above this level of resistance, and then Holochain should, in theory, go to the moon. We've got a very clear level of resistance right there, and after that you can see basically liquidity drops away to being zero, and you can probably expect a kind of a 20-30x or something like that on these kind of things. We are at that point now where you're going to see a lot of altcoins just going full send to the moon. And talking about going full send to the moon, if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency but you don't want to pay somebody on the internet to learn about cryptocurrency, I'm your guy. And I don't want you to subscribe to my channel, of course, but I'm your guy when it comes to free education, because I don't want your money. I just want you to learn. So go to cryptosavingexpert.com right now and make an account. This is my new company. And essentially on here, you can complete a bunch of free courses right now. You can see that I've completed, I've started to complete some. I mean, I made the thing. Well, I didn't make them. I have staff that made them. But again, we have currently in the UK, 34 staff working directly for us to build this thing out. It's not just me working on it. I don't have time to complete all the courses, and I did one on the live stream the other day, and I got some questions wrong. In fact, I got quite a few questions wrong. But if you do want to complete free courses, and that is well worthwhile checking out a bunch of free stuff on here that you can learn about, and it teaches you all sorts of stuff. And again, if you want a guide on like how to use an exchange or anything like that, or a wallet, or tax advice, or crypto cards, staying safe, networks, all these kinds of things, check it out, cryptosavingexpert.com. Go on there, make an account right now. And Monday is the official launch date for cryptosavingexpert.com. Got a couple more bug tweaks to make first. But anyway, thank you all for just putting up with me there. Now it's time to talk about the price of TAP. And currently TAP's price is sat at 70 Satoshis. You can see here, we've got some significant buying pressure in this range right here, all the way down to about 68. As you've got some significant buys in there right now. And that's because next week, I expect the price of TAP is going to rally so significantly. I'm talking it's probably going to rally above 100 Satoshis during the course of next week. There is some significant things that are going to happen. And hopefully that drives some adoption of the application, and naturally that should cause the price to increase as well. So I'm incredibly bullish on TAP. When it comes to Dafi right now, Dafi actually just shot up in price to about 4 cents during the course of filming today's video. Somebody's just taken some profits on that, but it did just shoot up. Somebody must have bought a fair bag right there. Did someone buy a massive bag? Why did it shoot up to 4 cents? I don't know. Anyway, can I see that on there? No, I can't see that. It's not loaded on the full chart right here. But essentially, Dafi's price I am very bullish on right now. I really do expect that Dafi is coming towards the end of what is essentially a big bull pennant outwards. And to me, I expect this to break out fairly significantly to the upside. And I think that Dafi next week stands a decent chance of hitting 5 cents, 6 cents. We shall see. Ultimately, I don't know the future, but I can just do my best to predict it. And so far, so good. Every single call that I've made for the past, I don't know, it feels like forever at this point, but when you're on a good streak, it's just nice, isn't it? So yeah, we're on a good streak right now. Dafi, TAP, they're my two big bags right now that I think are going to do particularly well. At the same time, I'm long on Ethereum, long on Bitcoin, and long on a bunch of altcoins. If you are interested in trading, please check out the link to BYBIT in today's video description. And thank you very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, do drop a like on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.